There is a scandal playing out in the House among Republicans that absolutely is wild, crazy, sad, and could have a serious impact on whether or not Republicans can keep their House majority all the way through November. Yes, it's crazy, and you need to know about it. Let's start by going back to September 14th, 2025, when a woman named Regina Anne Santos Sevilla set herself on fire in her backyard and killed herself. At the time, it's obviously an incredibly sad story. She's a 35-year-old woman, but nobody thought all that much about it in terms of its connection to Washington. Well, in recent days, through reporting and through allegations made by her former husband, we have learned that Santos Sevilla was allegedly having an affair with a Republican member of Congress from Texas named Tony Gonzales. Now, it is important to note Gonzales has denied all of this, but I want to go through everything we know and why it matters in just 1 minute. Before I get to that, I want to make a pitch to you to subscribe to this channel for two reasons. Number one, I'm independent. That means independent from big media companies, also independent from the two political parties. Second, I'm here every day making content, breaking down the big political stories you need to know about and telling you what you need to know about them. So I hope you hit that subscribe button. Okay, so as I said, September 14th, 2025, a woman named Regina Anne Santos Sevilla commits suicide by lighting herself on fire in her backyard. We have subsequently learned through reporting and through these allegations made by an attorney tied to her ex-husband that Santos Sevilla was allegedly having an affair with Gonzales. I'll say it again, Gonzales has denied this. But the reporting was that she had told another staffer about this and that her husband had found things on her phone, which made clear that she was having this affair. Now, the story got even worse for Gonzales this week, Monday, when Julie Grace Brufke reported on 24 Site News, great Substack if you don't follow it, that there were all these text messages between Gonzales and Santos Sevilla. Now, I'm not going to go through all the text messages. You can search them online if you want to find them. They are, at least on his end, pretty raunchy. But it started with him asking for a, quote, sexy pic from her. She responds, "This is going too far, boss," where she repeatedly says she's not going to send him pictures, that sort of thing. We also got in the reporting by Julie Grace Brufke that two former female staffers on Gonzales's staff got text messages from them that made them uncomfortable, sexual in nature. Now, who is this guy? Before we go any further, who is Tony Gonzales? He's not a terribly well-known member of Congress. He was elected in 2020 in a district that is sort of the western exurbs of San Antonio and then West Texas. It has been a pretty reliably Republican district, although I will tell you that the districts have been redrawn by Republicans in Texas, so it's going to look different than it has in the past. In the past, Gonzales's only real challenge was in a primary in 2024. He barely survived that. He won 51-49 over a guy named Brandon Herrera, who will come to factor into this story again. But no one really expected us to be talking about this race. Now, quick reminder, the primary in Texas is March the 3rd, a week from Tuesday. Okay, so we are 8 days removed from the primary right now. These latest series of reports that have come out about these text messages, and Julie Grace published these text messages where Gonzales and Santos Sevilla are going back and forth, have really amped up the pressure on Gonzales to either address it more in a more fulsome way, to do something that's more than what his denials have been thus far. And his denials thus far have been, and this is where Herrera comes back into the story, his 2024 primary opponent, he is running, again, Herrera, and we expect it to be a pretty close race. Well, what Gonzales has said is that this is Herrera trying to blackmail him, that this is that's all that this is. This is, he wants a bribe and it's political bribery and all that sort of thing. And that all of this is untrue. I should note at this point, Gonzales is married and has 6 children. The problem for Gonzales is with these text messages, it seems a lot more than just a he said, she said kind of situation. We have a woman dead of self-immolation that, according to her husband at least, was the result of her being so upset that he wanted a divorce from her because she had had an affair with Tony Gonzales. We have these text messages where he, if they are real, he clearly is sort of egging her on to send him some lewd pictures. We have these allegations reported by Julie Grace Brufke of two former female staffers who got text messages from Gonzales that they said made them feel uncomfortable. And now members of Congress of his own party are starting to weigh in. So Lauren Boebert of Colorado, never a shrinking violet, has come out on Monday and said on Twitter that Gonzales should resign, which is one person, right? But I will tell you this, House Speaker Mike Johnson gave a quote to congressional reporters, a guy named Ryan Nobles, the chief Capitol Hill correspondent for NBC News, that would worry me if I was Tony Gonzales. Here's what Johnson told Ryan, quote, I endorsed Tony before all these allegations came out. They're obviously very serious, and I've spoken with him and told him he's got to address that in an appropriate way with his constituents. So it's too early for anybody to prejudge any of that, but we'll see how it develops. Not exactly a ringing endorsement. And again, the primary is March the 3rd. My guess is you're going to see more Republican members of Congress call for Gonzales to resign. And if he refuses to resign, possibly try to expel him, which gets us to why this is a problem for Republicans. If you've been following how narrow the House Republican majority is, it is currently one seat. Republicans hold the majority by one seat over Democrats. Now, by the time the election comes, November, it'll be 3 seats-ish, I think. But right now it's 1 seat, which means that if Tony Gonzales either resigns his seat immediately or is expelled by the House, there's no majority anymore for Republicans. We have an absolute tie. Now, that may be the reason they don't expel him or they don't try to get him to resign. But man, when you have allegations like this, could be hard to keep him around, right? Let's say that Gonzales stays through the primary, and in the primary he loses badly, or he's going to lose badly. What if he then just resigns to get away from all of this? That then puts us in a tie situation in the House. And again, if you're Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, you can't look like you're prioritizing politics, trying to keep the majority by a seat for the next few months over a member of Congress who is credibly accused of having an affair and making other staffers feel uncomfortable, but having an affair with a woman who then set herself on fire and killed herself in her own backyard. And you also have to listen to your conference. If Boebert is the first of 20 members in the next couple of days who call on Gonzales to resign, it could get much, much dicier. So this is how, when you have small majorities, this is why it is almost impossible to govern, because one little thing like this, one member acting allegedly badly, can get you in a gigantic political pickle. And that's where Mike Johnson finds himself at the moment. We'll see. I think Tony Gonzales has to say more than, oh, this is just my primary opponent trying to blackmail me. Why did he send these texts? Are these texts fake between he and Santos Sevilla? Are these these female staffers saying they got text messages from him that were sexual and made them feel uncomfortable? Are those fake? What's going on here? Did he not have an affair? Is he lying because he has said before he didn't have an affair and these suggest maybe he did? He's got to address it in a much more fulsome way. And then how he addresses it, how his colleagues react, what they do, if anything, what he does, if anything, all in light of the fact that we have a primary in this seat in 8 days and we have a 1-seat Republican majority. Holy cow. Pay attention here, whether you care about Texas politics or not. A woman has lost her life. We have allegations of a extramarital affair. We have a 1-seat majority. We have a primary. I mean, this has all the elements of a Netflix drama, except it's real life. All right, that's it for me today. As always, I ask you to hit that subscribe button. independent and daily. I'm here every day breaking down the big news, and you don't have to worry about me being tied to a big media company or doing their bidding. I'll never do that, and I won't do the party's bidding either. You can also like and comment on this video. Helps me with the YouTube algorithm. You can tell a few people about what I'm building here, why you think it's important. Last thing, go to my membership tab. Check out my Diamond Club. I think you'll like it. You get 2 extra videos in addition to all the videos I make every week. You get my weekly video podcast with Chuck Todd every Monday, sometimes Tuesday, but it just posted today, Monday. You also get every Friday my pick for the person, place, or thing who had the worst week in Washington. You also get a few other videos, interviews with newsmakers along the way. So I think it's well worth it. The Diamond Club, click on that membership tab and check it out. Thanks so much. Take care.